Okay, everybody, we are live. I just have to do one thing and we can get started. Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Ariana.
Okay, everybody, we are live.
I just have to do. Hello everyone, my name is Ariana. I work at the Block as a peer success ambassador for community engagement, and this is our Black student talk show. Here we have a bunch of students from the Black community here to talk about what it feels like being a Black student at SJSU, and I'll allow everyone to introduce themselves from there.
Hi, my name is Melissa Williams. I'm a third year and my major is public health.
What's up, everyone? My name is Jerome. I am a senior here at San Jose State University, and then I'm a psychology major as well. And now I'm also a member of Kappa Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa. I'm a senior, and I'm a HR major.
George, you want to introduce yourself? Okay, maybe, oh wait, here he is.
All right, what's good, everybody? My name is George, and I'm just Black.
That's good too. All right, I didn't really introduce myself. So yeah, my name is Ariana. I work at the Block. I'm also a third year at SJSU, majoring in African American Studies and Justice Studies. I'm a part of a whole bunch of organizations across campus, Black Women's Collective. I'm a member of the BSU, so I'm glad that everyone is here and ready to be active in this conversation. So before we even get into the meat, the discussion, we first want to have an icebreaker. And during this icebreaker, we'll be playing the game category. So I will pick a category and then I'll pass it on to the next person to pick a category. And basically within that category, everybody has to say something that pertains to it. So for example, if I said juices, everybody would like have to pick a juice. You know, I could say apple juice, Melissa could say orange juice, XYZ. So to get started, first of all, we're gonna play this game, Black Edition. Of course, is a Black Smart talk show. Why wouldn't we, right? All right, so the first category will be, wait, maybe I should say the order so everybody doesn't say it at once. Okay, so it'll be Lisa, Melissa, Jerome, then George, okay? So the first category is Black TV shows.
Living Single.
Proud Family.
Martin.
All right, George, you're out. George is out. He took too long. Okay, Lisa, you pick the next category. Well, I didn't go. Actually, we could just keep going. But since George is out, we'll just pass it on to Lisa. Next category.
Music you'd play at a cookout.
Wait, what was it?
Music you'd play at a cookout.
Oh. Electric Slide.
Oh, I guess I'll be next. I'm out.
Honestly, I'm glad you went before because I couldn't think of anything.
I thought you said food at first, and I'm like, so let me ask again.
Dang, I had one too. I just thought about it. Wow. Okay.
All right, Melissa, next category is on you.
Oh, I get to choose?
Yeah.
I would say food.
Black foods?
Yeah, soul food, I can say.
Okay. So well, Jerome will go first in this. Actually, no, go ahead, Lisa. You're first. You're muted.
Fried chicken?
Yams.
Mashed potato.
Okay, mashed potato, macaroni.
Keep going.
Isn't it Lisa's turn?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my turn again?
Yeah. We gotta keep going until
Rapid fire.
Oh, shoot. I don't know.
All right. Is it back on me? No, Jerome, pick a category. Even though you're out.
Dang. That's a hard one. Dang, I don't know. This is hard. We can go with. I mean, don't gotta be black, I guess, but we can go with fruits. I'll go with fruits. See how many fruits we can name. When I start,
First or I go?
or just you two?
Start. Somebody start.
Pears.
Apples.
Strawberry.
Watermelon.
I'm out. I can't think of anything. All right, so I mean, I guess everyone is out at this point.
Correct.
So now we can go into the discussion. Like I stated before, we're going to be talking about what it feels like to be a Black student at SJSU, right? So my first question would be, how does it feel being a Black student at SJSU? Anybody could start. Let's just honor the one mic policy, make sure we respect everybody, use respectful language, XYZ.
I can go. I don't mind. This is my This is my second like full year here, because I've been in a few different schools, so I think I've gotten a good mixture of like just things I've been to college and at HBCU, and then I've been here. But being Black at SJSU, I think it's cool that we can like kind of like live off history. We have like a lot of history here if you do research or anything like that. But currently, it's an experience, I guess. We're still kind of like, with the 3%, so we don't really have a whole bunch. But in terms of the togetherness, when before COVID, I remember when I first got here, like Black Thursday and things like that. Like that's where I got to see a lot of people, and being Black here just means that you know um, we're not unheard. Like we're out there. It's just a matter of getting involved and how much you're willing to just um, how do you say that? Just try to reach out to people, things like that. So I think it's a matter of reaching out and just getting out your comfort zone.
Facts. I 100% agree. I remember like my first semester at SJSU, I'm in my third year now. I was like, wow, I feel like it's nothing to do here. Like I literally looked at it in such a negative way. Like Melissa has been my friend since before I even started SJSU. We did this little program, yada, yada, yada. But like, I remember telling her, like, I want to transfer. Like, I don't even want to be here anymore. But then she literally signed me up for a volunteer opportunity, right? And next thing I know, I'm volunteering for what used to be called the African American Black Student Success Center, but now the block. And then we volunteered. I started going to the block, and then like my eyes like opened so wide at that point. I met so many Black students, and I was like, wow, okay, so this is what I've been looking for. So that just speaks to your point that like, you have to be willing to try. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone to meet people and to like make sure you make the right connections, because without Melissa, I probably wouldn't be introduced to the Black community or not in that way. So you always have to have the right people around you, and you always have to have a supported community. And I really think that's what our Black community is at SJSU.
I'll speak on that. I would just say overall, like you said, Jerome, it's an experience, and we are the 3%. And understand that we are the minority. You just have to find the resources that are available to us. And just overall being Black, especially in classes, it's rare. You might only see one or two people that are Black. And I'm so used to that just going through, high school and middle school. You would think like, oh, maybe when I get to college, it might be different, but we are at a PWI, so it is expected. So I just feel like enjoying the time that you have at San Jose State, you can make the best of it. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because, like, when I first transferred to SJSU, I was like, because, like, I saw the brochures and stuff, and I thought, like, oh, like, it looks kind of diverse. Like, it's probably going to be different from, like, my high school, which was, like, mostly white. But then, like, I got to campus, and, like, I saw, like, zero Black people, like, the first couple days of classes, and I was, like, I was hella scared, I'm not going to lie. I was, like, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't know where I fit in here. And I feel like a lot of Black students feel that way until they like join like clubs on campus, like BCM or like BSU, and like participate in things. I feel like if you don't put yourself out there, then you're gonna like hate it at SJSU because like if you don't participate in any clubs, you're basically like on your own like little island. So
I agree. I think like much of our experiences as Black people, even beyond the university level, is us putting ourselves out there. And I hate that it has to be like that for us. You know, like we walk around the world in some spaces and we don't see people that look like us, jobs, whatever. So it's really important for us to put ourselves out there. But, you know, like even being with like two people in a Black class, like that's how we build our friendships. When I met Melissa, it was like a room full of like other students of different races. And I literally locked eyes with her when I walked in the room and I was like, that's going to be my friend. That's because she's the only Black person in here. Not saying that other people can't be your friends or anything like that. But now, like 3 years later, this is somebody I would call my best friend. I literally call her for any and everything. So like, I really value those experiences as a Black person, just being able to connect and relate and just have fun. And although, you know, we may be the 3%, that number can be scary. It's a way for us to build intimate relationships more than anything because there's not that many of us. So I really appreciate that. Anybody else have something to say regarding that point? For sure. So we can move on to the next one, which is how do you navigate campus as a Black student? I feel like this is an interesting one. And I think we kind of touched on it a little bit too. Like, you know, this question is basically getting at like when you walk into those classes, how do you succeed? How are you successful? How do you build your relationships throughout campus and make sure that you're a successful student and get the most out of your college experience?
I guess I can try to touch on that question. You're right. It's we kind of hit that point, but basically, it's kind of like you said, like you walk into a class, you do see a Black person. It's like, okay, like, hey, like, you know, I'm not the only one here. So it's like, yo, you might try to, you know, talk to them, or at least like the thing for me, I know if I see Black people on campus, like, you know, you might see somebody, you might give them like the what's up or like something like that. So it's not necessarily you have to be all buddy with everybody, but it's just more of like an acknowledgement type of thing. So it's like when it comes time to, you know, maybe you guys are at an event together, something like you interact, like it won't be like as awkward or anything like that. So I feel like for me, in terms of navigating that, I kind of just try to be cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got to be like some like the stuck up type or like looking like that or things like that. So it's kind of making people feel comfortable so you can be comfortable, and when the time comes where you can interact and maybe, you know, it's comfortable already.
I agree. I agree.
I would say I feel like everybody's route is different in what they're seeking for, you know, starting with your major. You can say, you know, I'm a public health major. I forgot what you guys' majors were, but like no matter what, you have a different route and it's just how you utilize it. You know, and it starts with resources and just what Jerome expressed, you know, seeing who's in the classroom that's Black. And then I just feel like it's how you make the time. Like if you want that experience, you will get that experience. If you want to meet Black people, you will find a way to meet Black people. It all starts with yourself, because when you start college, you know, you're on your own, but I mean, you have resources. It's just you like getting those resources. So I think with my experience, I would just say, you know, it was just a matter of finding the people that I felt comfortable with and wanting to build that relationship with. So yeah.
Go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say that I agree because I feel like I know way too many like Black students that are like I hate SJSU, like there's nothing for us here, and it's like I feel like if you don't put yourself out there, then like you can't expect to like have a good time at like a PWI, like unless you like make an effort to meet people and like participate in clubs and stuff. Like there's just like no way you're gonna like have that full experience. So I feel like for me personally, I have to like put myself out there and like try to like find other Black students and try to participate in like clubs and stuff that I normally wouldn't participate in, but like you gotta like make that effort to like have that experience, else you're not gonna have it. That's how I like feel about it.
I agree. I think like a lot of Black students or just a lot of students in general come to universities and then they find everything wrong with that place, right? And I feel like those people are the type of people that'll never have fun in anything because they're always looking at everything in a negative light. They always want to find something wrong instead of looking at what they do have and making it better. Looking at a deficit and like, nah, this isn't just a deficit, but I want to make this better. I want to change it, right? Like we came into the center, I remember it was me and Melissa, and we met Armani, and Armani was like, how can we make the center better, right? Melissa automatically said, we need pictures on the wall. Instead of complaining about there isn't any pictures, you tell somebody like we need pictures on the wall to lighten up this space. And guess what got done? Pictures on the wall, art on the wall. So that's the kind of mindset that we should have going into these spaces, right? Like I'm not just gonna complain, I want to make it better. And I feel like that's what makes a leader, that's what makes a Black leader and someone who's gonna look at situations and say, I'm gonna make it better. And I think that's what a lot of us are doing and that a lot of us aim to do. And that's how I navigate my way. If I see something wrong, I'm willing to change it instead of complain about it.
I like to piggyback off of that because I agree. Because the thing I feel like most people that do that, they complain, be the main ones who don't try. So like for instance, like if someone like the picture thing, like you said, like if you're gonna complain, at least try to make a difference or make a change. So I agree. Definitely try not to be that person for anyone watching this for sure. I agree.
Facts. And if there's any new students watching right now, we want you, like, I can speak for all of us, I think. Like, there's so much to do here as a Black student, as a student in general. You just have to find it. Go on these organizations' Instagram pages. You can DM me at my Instagram if you ever find it. The Block SJSU, that's where I work. You can definitely DM that page and just say, hey, I want to get involved, right? And those are ways that you have to do. Those are things that you have to do just in this global world, in this virtual world, right? Like there's no going into the space anymore like I was able to do. So we have to be innovative in what we do and how we think and how we approach different spaces. And I feel like nothing is going to fall in your lap in this world, whether it's opportunities, friends, or anything. You have to be willing to work for it. You have to be willing to, look at it as in a positive light and say, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do to get that experience. Melissa talked about finding what you want in a campus. So once you figure that out in your mind, figure out ways to get there. Something that my mom always preaches to me is like, be firm on the destination, be comfortable in the route. So figure out the ways to get there, but just know you want to get there. And that would just be my advice to anyone watching who wants to, have a better experience at SJSU, because you definitely can. Anybody else want to feed off this question? Any advice?
Well said. I mean, just the fact that we're virtual now, like you expressed, utilizing these social media platforms and actually clicking on these Zoom links. I know it can feel like I don't want to get on this link, but at the end of the day, I'm meeting new people that I didn't see before. And that's just another way to, broaden your connections in a friendship or a relationship or whatever the case may be. So take time and click them Zoom links. I would tell anybody. It makes a difference.
It does. It really does. We can't just be, throwing down our university. We pay to go here, right? We pay to have a great experience. So you got to make a great experience for yourself. And if you feel like you truly can't, make contact with us, make contact with higher ups who get paid to make sure you have a great experience. But our next question will be, how do you think your experience is unique as a Black student at SJSU? What's unique about it?
I can say for me, joining Kappa Alpha Psi, I think that's pretty unique for me because, like I said, I've seen both sides based on like HBCU and not going to HBCU. I got to saw all Greek life. I got to see from everything. I saw everything. You had the cafeteria food that was amazing, and then coming here. So I feel like being here though and joining Kappa it's allowed me to feel unique due to the fact that like a lot of people know about organizations, but they might not really experience what that's like, especially here. Like for instance, numbers are low. We don't really all have like the full D9 here. So in terms of like what's made it unique to me is just the fact of joining that, and it's allowed me to meet more Black people here. I think a lot of people don't really realize that when you do join these groups, or not even just Kappa, or just any groups, you can meet more people because those Black people know more Black people. So I feel like you make it what it is, but I feel like it's unique just the fact that I've joined that group, and then it's allowed me to connect and grow throughout campus.
I can speak to this as well. I feel like our ability, so we look at it, when you look at your university as a deficit, when we have so many things wrong with our university and our university is growing, I feel like we're at an amazing position to make change. I feel like that's the most unique thing for me about our university. Like the fact that I see so much wrong means that I have so many opportunities to, improve my university, meet new people, collaborate with other people to make it better, to help future students who are going to come so they don't have to have the same problems that I went through. In addition to that, the 3%, right? Like not a lot of, well, maybe a lot, I don't know, but our university has 3% Black, right? That's unique for me because that means like I have an opportunity to meet a lot of Black students, or meet a large portion of our Black students because we have such low numbers. So that means that, I have an opportunity to meet Lisa, Jerome, George, and Melissa, and amongst the many other Black students there, and build a personal connection with you guys because, we exist at low numbers. It's not that many to meet. So I feel like we're just in a unique position to make change and to make solid, decent relationships with each other. Anybody else feel like their experience is unique?
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, everybody's experience is unique. We all have different pathways.
How's yours unique?
Mine's, no. Probably because the amount of effort that I put into it. And the amount of effort that I have put into it, like the outcomes that I have received through connections or just even opportunities. I think that's what makes mine the best in my experience. And just understand that we are the 3%, and the fact that we are, like San Jose State in regards to Black people, like we're the bubble, like a hub. And once you get to know all the ones in the hub, you get to understand or get to meet the ones outside of it. And once you do that, I feel like that's how you utilize being at San Jose State as a Black student as well. So yeah.
Mr. George, how was your experience unique at SJSU, man? We haven't heard from you.
I'm sorry, I'm in the car. My experience I feel like as a Black engineer, or aspiring to be a Black engineer at SJSU, makes you unique. There's not many of us. As you guys, or some of you may know, I'm very outspoken. I like to talk a lot. So I think I'll never have a problem speaking to others. So how is mine unique though? Unique in the sense that certain activities that I do on the campus are different from others. I have I know a lot of people at San Jose State, so I think I'll never have a problem, with anything.
Okay, so I want to build off that. Okay, so you say you're an outspoken person, so what are some tips or advice that you would give people to be more outspoken if they're an introvert, or to just use their voice on campus as a Black student?
Oh, I mean, when you come to a relative topic like how we're speaking on, just speak your mind, just talk. Judge free. And in some cases, the Black community, we could clown a lot, as you know. Get to clowning if we want to. Respectfully though, respectfully. And I would say find that person that makes you comfortable. And then when you can find that person that makes you comfortable, bring each other either up, around. Hold on, we're gonna have to pause it real quick. Hold on. Guys, skip me real quick. I'll be back.
All right, y'all. George is, if anybody knows George, like this makes perfect sense on why he's doing this today in our podcast, but it's fine. We'll come back to him. But I did hear a few solid points from him is like, one, like find somebody that you're comfortable with. And if you're comfortable with them, bring them to events, build your friend group out. You start with one person, like I started with Melissa, we met two other people and we just use each other as a resource. We go to events together, we have study groups together, XYZ. So it's really important to just build those relationships. And if you have if you have trouble speaking up, go to judge free go to environments that are judgment free, like something like this, like we're all here just trying to support each other, trying to help each other. We're not bringing each other down in any type of way. We're not into disrespecting other groups. Even though we may see problems with our university, I know that I love mine and I'm willing to change the things that are negative about it instead of looking at it as a deficit. So those are the spaces that you want to be in that want to help you grow as a leader, as a student, and as a person. And as long as you lead with that mindset, you'll do great as not only at university, but just at life, because you look at it as you look at it through a positive light. Anybody else want to add? For sure. Okay, so we're going into our last question, which is like, what are the positives about being at SJSU? What do you love about our university? And what are just some positive things that you've taken away from it?
Well, for me, I think like one like positive thing, although it's kind of like a negative, but like I feel like because the Black community is so like small, like almost everyone knows each other. So like I feel like I know most people's names, and like when I see them on campus, like we kind of like wave at each other because like I just feel like because it's such a small community, it's like closer. Because I feel like at like a HBCU or like a school where there's like a larger community, like people might not be like as uh like close with each other. Like people might not really know each other, or they might not really like participate. But I feel like at our school, people are more like put themselves out there more because they know that there aren't that many of us.
I agree. I feel like our numbers is an opportunity to just meet more people, to build intimate relationships, like I said before. So I agree with that. Anyone else? Personally, for me, something positive that I would talk about is like just the opportunities that our school has awarded me. Like just being able to work at the center and connect with all the Black students on this type of level, plan intentional programs for Black students, meet Black people, and just be in spaces like I was able to work with the task force on community safety and policing. I've been able to, sit on different panels and help interview some of the staff here. And I feel like those are opportunities that I wouldn't be awarded if I went to a bigger university or a university where there's a whole bunch of Black students and everybody is great, which makes it more competitive. Not saying I'm looking down on those universities or anything, but like, it's just easier to build connections and to just get opportunities here at SJSU because there's not a lot of us, and it's just easy to just navigate and help and reach out to people because you see them on campus, because you've been in their offices, or like just, yeah, those are my positives.
For me, it would be things like that, and like I said, joining Kappa, and the Kappa has allowed me to. If you guys are familiar with the African American Community Service Agency, which is on 6th Street in Julian, that's a big one too because a lot of people who volunteer there or happen to work there, they actually are San Jose State alumni, either alumni or students. So that's another way to get involved with the community as well, which I feel like if not going to San Jose State, I probably would have never known about it. Which is kind of wild though, because I'm from Sunnyvale, which is like 10 minutes away. Never heard of that place until I came to San Jose State. So that's definitely the thing that has stood out to me the most.
Yeah, shout out the agency too. If anybody is watching, make sure you check them out. They have a whole bunch of opportunities and resources for SJSU students and just the Black community in San Jose. So I definitely recommend that.
Repeat the question one more time.
What are some positives from going here, or some things that just stuck out to you or that the university has awarded you as a Black student?
I would say the courses that I took, because I don't know, like some of them, of course, from my major public health, but I decided to take like a course on ceramics, and like I guess that was probably the most funnest class I took since being here. And even the type of content that they just have is like there's a lot to take, and if you really utilize and actually look at what courses you can just take just for fun, I mean, I feel like it's beneficial. And I know that you need to take your courses that so you can graduate on time, but I would say like when you can, I mean, it's harder now since we're virtual, but prior, like they have like swimming, jogging, running. There's a lot of stuff to utilize. So, and the what do you call that? The Spartan, the rec center, the rec. Yeah. I mean, I really didn't utilize it, but I mean, just having that there for us, I mean, that's really good as well. And another positive, it is a positive and negative, but like the fact that, we are the minority, I guess is like a life lesson for us. And the fact that this might be our reality when we, get into our work fields, understanding how to work and navigate, we are actually getting like a lesson within it. So yeah.
I agree. Something that I forgot to mention too was like, I love just being able to walk through campus and just look at the sky, or like just the beautiful scenery that we have on campus. Like just work, like I didn't utilize the rec center that much either, but I remember like me and Melissa try to have a study day there, just like looking over the pool and stuff. And those type of things are really cool. And just the resources that we have on campus, the classes that we're allowed to take that we can't take. I took a weight training class, and like I just learned a lot in that class. I don't think I would ever be able to do something like that without SJSU. So I'm super thankful. And our last and final question will be, how can we change the negatives about our campus? So how can some of the negatives inform our practices, inform our minds, so we could, start thinking about solutions to help the future Spartans who come through, so they don't have to go through the same thing we go through.
That's a good one. I feel like it just takes all of us, not just a selective group of people actually making change. Like if we all were to come together and seek change, we'd be able to make the change in whatever degree that we want to. I feel like it all depends on what us as a Black people, what we want. And I don't know, it's a lot that goes into that as well though. But it's just changing the narrative and actually coming together and uniting as one to do something bigger than us.
Yep, I agree. Like, I really do think like we could get so much done if we all just came together on the same accord and put our egos aside and like our titles aside and just get to the work. A lot of times everybody gets caught up in, being the president, being the treasurer, but like they lose, I guess, insight on what it means to like run the social media account, like that's where the people come through at, so we gotta stop being egotistic and just put all that aside, drop all that, and just let's make a list of all the problems, let's create a plan to change it all. So we don't have to worry about these things anymore. This isn't hindering our academic experiences anymore. And I think that's something that we really should do, that we should work on doing as a community. Because I know all of us have a bunch of cool ideas and we all go through different experiences. And the only thing that's stopping that from getting done is us coming together and saying, like, let's work to change it. Like, there's strength in numbers. If one of us goes to President Papazian, it may not be as powerful as like if 15 of us went to President Papazian and saying, like, we're all experiencing this and we want it to change. And that's where the difference is. And that's what I think we need to think about when we come up with these problems and we talk about them without actually working towards fixing them.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if more people would like talk about their like negative experiences, then like we could help like create change. Because I feel like a lot of students go through the same kind of like a lot of Black students go through the same kind of like issues on campus, but like we don't really talk about it, or like we kind of like sweep it under the rug and act like it's normal, but it's not. So I feel like if we like talk to like the people in charge and like let them know like what's going on, maybe they could like try to fix it.
Yeah, I'd agree with you both, or all of you guys actually. Just more about like make sure you're not egotistic, but as well as like there are things on campus that we may see as a Black person that probably isn't normal, but uh instead of like speaking our voice, we rather just be like, oh, like like what you said, just sweep it under the rug, like, oh, that's normal, or like things like that. So it's a matter of just coming together, putting your pride to the side, and just getting to work, like you said, because that's the most important thing. Because I mean, things don't happen just overnight, so you got to work towards those things. But I feel like I know over summer, I got an email just like over the thing that you guys were presenting to the president. So like, just like as long as we're getting something started and going on, I feel like we can just build on that and go from there.
I agree. Anyone else? Something to add? Okay, so a tradition that I want to build throughout these talk shows is at the end, I want everybody to just like say a one sentence thing that they took away. So I'll just be like, the message for me is, and you guys just go like that. So I'll say the message for me throughout this conversation is that like, although we are 3%, there's strength in that 3%. We're still present on the campus, and it all just takes us coming together and utilizing our strength and what we have to make our campus better.
The message for me would be make sure you get out your comfort zone. Simple as that, or at least attempt to.
Message for me would be to like speak up about like the issues you face and like don't be afraid to like let people know if they like make you feel uncomfortable or if they like say something that's like out of pocket.
Understanding that we're virtual now and utilizing all the resources and making sure you're getting the best experience that you can at SJSU.
Cool. Okay, so before we end, I'm just gonna go through some things that are happening in our community in the next few weeks. So just tag along with me really quickly. Okay, so first we have Celebrating Black History with Amira Bell. This is coming from the SJSU Muslim Student Association, and it'll be happening on February 19th, tomorrow. On Friday from 7 to 8. You can go on SJSU MSA to find the link to the Zoom. Next, we have Stories from Black Greeks. That'll be happening February 19th from 5:30 to 6:30. Here's the Zoom registration link right here. You can also go to _SJSU to find more information on this event. As Melissa talked about, the Rec Center has a whole bunch of resources for students, even in the virtual sense. So if you want to sign up for any type of workout classes, here's their calendar for February. I'm assuming that this is just a weekly schedule, so it'll be happening every week. And you can go on SJSU_fitness to find out how to sign up for these fitness classes. Next, the block is partnering with Mosaic and also the Chicanx Latinx Center to bring to you, along with the College of Social Sciences, to bring to you a student professor connection that'll be happening on February 25th, 2021 from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. To register, here's the link, but you can also go to the block_SJSU for more information. Next, we have CAPS coming to you with Study Skills Part 1 series. To register for this, the link tree will be here. You can also go to CHHS_SSC to join to learn about how to time manage and decrease your procrastination. Also, the block will be hosting a film series for Just Mercy. It'll be from February 18th and February 19th, sorry. The pre-show will start at 3:30 p.m. and the virtual movie night will be at 5 p.m. You can go to the block_SJSU for more information. Everyone is invited. Now, here are some different Black History Month things that are going to be happening throughout the entire campus. There will be, like I said previously, the Just Mercy virtual event, the virtual movie event, There'll be also African History Film and Dialogue series which will be every Tuesday for the next month or so. We have the All African People's Revolution Party Film and Dialogue series, as I said, every Tuesday, from February 2nd to February 18th. It'll be at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Here are the different things that they'll be talking about. You can go to SJSU, the library website, or their Instagram page to find out more information. I think it got cut off. I apologize. BSU will be presenting a Let's Talk event on February 25th at 7 p.m. You can go to their Instagram page at SJSU_BSU, if I'm not mistaken, to learn more about that event and sign up. And here are some other events that'll be happening campus-wide throughout the rest of Black History Month. There'll be a Feeling Good celebration with the ISSSC and this Wall of Song project. It'll be happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. There will also be, like I stated before, the Black Greeks event, which will be tomorrow or Friday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. with student involvement. And then there will be Uprooting Racism in the Kitchen with Soul Fire Farm on Tuesday, 2-3. Lastly, there will be Black Lives and Immigration Movement, a conversation with Deanna Joseph, Wednesday, 2-4 from 5:30 to 7 p.m. This information can be found in the Block's newsletter as well, so feel free to subscribe to that on our Instagram page. And yeah, check out these events. Okay, guys, Okay, everyone, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for showing up to this event. I really appreciate all of you for, speaking your truth, using your voice in a positive light. It is really appreciated, and I'm pretty sure future students will appreciate it as well. So without further ado,